5 Minutes Funnier is back. Hi, and welcome to 5 Minutes Funnier, the comedy how-to. I'm your host, Jimmy England, here with more tips, tricks, and hacks. And I'm going to start off by saying that what we're going to talk about today is something I am guilty of very, very often. I'm just going to bring you into my writing process a little bit, my performance process. I usually will write, lately at least, I'm writing to a theme. For instance, I'm headlining a set for Valentine's Day. So I spent about 2 weeks writing out a Valentine's bit, about 6 or 8 minutes long. I will take it out and I will do it, and I will go back to redo it and then go back and redo it on stage again. And it will take me about 3 weeks, 4 weeks to get it down. But when I'm done, I'll have some very, very nice tight material. Now, one of the big mistakes I make, and you might make it too, is sometimes I get so enthusiastic about a bit. I could be working on, in fact, I have worked on the Valentine's bit and I come up with something else unrelated, but I love this. I think this is hilarious. And the trouble is, it's not developed enough. When you go and do it, this bit that you were so excited about, it bombs. It doesn't go over the way you thought it was going to go, and you end up very discouraged about it. The point here is that when you are writing new material, you kind of have to fight that urge to jump on stage and give it a try. You will see this quite often at open mic nights. Somebody will get an idea, they'll scrawl it down on a piece of paper, they'll come to the show, they'll do it on stage, and because it hasn't been fully fleshed out or developed, they don't get the reaction, and you never hear them doing it again. That is a bit of a problem. If you do not have enough confidence in the material to keep working on it regardless, then yeah, you're going to throw it away. You want to make sure everybody understands that you understand where the joke's going. There's a good argument to be made that when you write new material, you should write it and you should set it aside. One of the things they teach you if you're doing any writing courses is that very thing, because you're hot on your subject when you write it initially. And then you put it aside and you come back to it 4 or 5 weeks later and oh my God, it was so terrible. One of the advantages of setting something aside is you can come back later and you will be re-inspired to greater heights when you come back. And that happens to me all the time. I can't say it's a regular occurrence every single time, but more often than not, I'm going to go back and something that didn't work, all of a sudden it does work. I think it's really important that people do that. Sometimes we get too wrapped up on the new material. We don't go back to see what we did before if there's something there that we can salvage. Actually, salvage is a terrible term because the reality is it probably was a good bit. You just didn't have it fleshed out enough. You didn't see it in the right light. You saw it in that heat of passion when you wrote it. So going back can mean that you now have something that's going to be outstanding. Well, that's it for me, Jimmy England, here for 5 Minutes Funnier. As always, please subscribe. Please give us a like. We really do appreciate that. It does make it easier for other people to find us, hopefully other comedians, because this is really what this series is aimed at. And as always, stay funny, everybody.